Man, I'm just loving so much Enterprise. It was, they were still working from a TNG aesthetic, and that aesthetic changed with Battlestar, right? And you still see. I still think we're in the Battlestar aesthetic, even though it's been since 2003. But you can see a lot of the Battlestar aesthetic in most sci-fi now. And what I mean by Battlestar aesthetic versus TNG aesthetic, here's my theory on that. TNG aesthetic, just the kind of the camera's not moving much, static shots, a lot of just over two shots. Nothing special for sci-fi. One could argue that Joss Whedon's Buffy influenced that, but I'm going to put Buffy outside of sci-fi here. I'm talking about space stuff. Um, and I'd argue that TNG aesthetic runs all the way to Stargate Atlantis. I find Stargate Atlantis to be the end of the TNG aesthetic. And then, overlapping at the same time from 2003, you have Battlestar and most of the new series that followed it. Now, Battlestar obviously has influences from, Black Hawk Down. That's the biggest influence that it's drawn from, just in its style and its look. But I think most of the sci-fi you saw after Battlestar, including Stargate Universe, for example, are bringing in that verite realism, and we're still seeing that somewhat today, even when we watch. No, maybe we're not. I'll have to think on that. I see it in Discovery, but I think Discovery's more influenced by the Abrams movies, and that because they were still producing those and whatever legal entanglements they had going on there. So I would that now my argument's complicated because now I'm seeing the Abrams movies as, let's just call it, the lens flare aesthetic of sci-fi, which you do see in early Discovery, in the first two seasons of Discovery at least. I'm not noticing it much in seasons 3 and 4. I digress. Maybe I'll do my entire episode just on Trek and sci-fi aesthetics. Why did I start talking about this? I cannot remember.